Sometimes the road isn't just a path, it's a place where lives end without warning. In today's video, you'll hear true stories that are not just tragic, they're unforgettable. Each one is a reminder that a single moment can change everything. Grab a seat. This might be hard to hear, but these stories deserve to be told. The school bus that never came back. India. It was a peaceful Thursday morning in Himachal Pradesh, India. Children were boarding their yellow school bus, smiling, joking, waving to their parents. For them, it was just another normal day. But for 23 of them, it would be their last. The bus started its journey through the steep mountain roads, winding between cliffs and valleys. The air was cool, the skies clear. Nothing seemed out of place. But then came the turn. A deadly, sharp curve on a narrow stretch of road. The driver, distracted for just a second, couldn't make the turn. The bus veered off the road and plunged 200 feet into a rocky gorge below. The silence afterward was haunting. When emergency teams arrived, they found broken backpacks, scattered textbooks, and the lifeless bodies of small children lying among the rocks and trees. Some still had lunchboxes clutched in their hands. One little girl had her teddy bear under her arm. Parents ran to the scene hoping for a miracle. Instead, they found heartbreak. A mother screamed her daughter's name over and over, refusing to believe she was gone. A father collapsed to his knees, holding his son's shoe. This wasn't just an accident. It was a national tragedy, and a painful reminder that sometimes even the safest routines hide the darkest endings. 2. The trucker who died, saving a family. USA. John Davis wasn't famous. He didn't have a big house or millions of followers, but he had something else, a huge heart. At 48, he'd been driving long-haul trucks across the United States for over 2 decades. No accidents, no speeding, just steady, responsible driving. One snowy night in Pennsylvania, John was heading east with a trailer full of groceries. It was dark. Ice covered the highway. The kind of night where danger hides in every shadow. Then, he saw it. A small car had spun out ahead and was stuck sideways in the middle of the road. Its headlights were off. Inside, a young woman was screaming, her baby in the back seat. Another truck was coming fast behind them. John had a second to react. He could swerve and save himself, or he could do something unthinkable. He chose the second. He aimed his truck to block the road, to take the hit, so the other driver wouldn't crash into the car. And he succeeded. The oncoming truck slammed into John's trailer with full force. The impact crushed his cab. John died instantly, but the woman and her baby? They survived. Barely a scratch. At his funeral, they stood beside his wife and kids, crying. Not because they lost someone, but because someone gave his life to save theirs. John didn't wear a cape, but he was a hero. The kind this world desperately needs. 3. The Nigerian family that burned together, Nigeria. The Ahmeds were a joyful family from Abuja, Nigeria. On a bright Sunday afternoon, they were driving home from a wedding. The father drove, the mother sat beside him. In the back were their 2 sons, their baby girl, and their grandmother. They sang songs, laughed. The little girl clapped her hands, trying to copy the music from the radio. Then everything changed. On the expressway, a tanker truck ahead started swerving. Its brakes had failed. The truck had been overloaded, its fuel tank leaking dangerously. In seconds, it collided with the Ahmed's SUV, pushing it off the road into a ditch. The impact caused an explosion. Flames engulfed both vehicles instantly. Witnesses tried to help, but the fire was too fierce. Screams could be heard, but no one could reach them, except one boy. The 8-year-old son was thrown from the car by his father just before the fire spread. He survived. With burns on his arms and face, he lay on the grass, calling out for his family. But no one answered. Later, he told rescuers that his dad whispered to him, "Be brave, get out, run if you can." It was the last thing his father ever said. Today, that boy lives with an aunt. He doesn't talk much. But when he does, he says one thing. I'll never forget the sound of my baby sister crying. Then, silence. Some scars are deeper than the skin. The influencer who filmed her own death, Brazil. Maria Santos was only 21. A rising star in Brazil, she had over 800,000 followers on Instagram and TikTok. She made travel vlogs, beauty videos, and fun content that made people smile. One day, she was driving along a beautiful coastal road with her friends on the way to film a beach vlog. The sun was out. The music was loud. And Maria, smiling brightly, leaned halfway out of the car window to record a video. "Look at this view," she shouted on camera. "This is the life." Then her phone slipped. In a split second, she reached to grab it, just as the car veered slightly off the edge. The driver tried to correct, but it was too late. The car lost control, hit a barrier, flipped 3 times, and slammed into a tree. Maria was thrown out of the car. She wasn't wearing a seatbelt. She died instantly. The last video on her phone ends with her laughter, then a scream, then static. Her fans were shocked. Tributes poured in. But her parents were crushed. She was chasing her dream, her mother said, holding Maria's favorite scarf. She wanted to live fully, but it ended too soon. Her death became a national conversation about road safety, phone use, and seatbelts. Because no photo, no video, no post is worth your life. Each of these stories was real. Real people, real families, real pain. And they all have one thing in common. None of them expected their journey to end that day. So if you drive, ride, or walk near roads, remember this. Slow down, buckle up, stay alert, and never take life for granted. One wrong move can change everything, but one smart choice can save a life. If you found these stories powerful, like and share this video. Let someone else hear these voices. Let someone be warned. Let someone be saved.